Hello guys, and it's been a while. This is Ty, aka the Flip Man. Great video here, hopefully to get you going into the new year. Uh, as of this month, makes it 13 years in the game. Still learning, still making a little bread, keeping the lights on. Uh, Hopefully to help you to do the same and maybe keep the lights on in a few locations. But basically, before I get started on this particular topic, which is basically a marketing technique that will differentiate you from a lot of your competition, number one, on who you're targeting, but also how you're targeting those particular property owners, and to obviously get your phone ringing more. Haven't titled this video yet. By the time I press send, I have a title for it. So, but it is what it is. Okay, so obviously, before I get started, you can get the wholesaling houses and wholesaling apartments courses at junkers101.com. Flipping vacant commercial building, new direction that I'm going, and a great opportunity to go to the next level in this business. Apartment buildings will do that, but locating vacant buildings in your market, which we all have those, and taking advantage of those opportunities, virtually no competition. You would be one of the few to understand even how to take advantage of that opportunity, even people that deal with commercial real estate on a day-to-day basis. So that's an opportunity to get that information also, separate from the other two courses. But before I get into what I want to just share with you, I don't know everything, and I make mistakes even to this day of 13 years in the business. But if you may have heard me say before, I don't know everything, but I know how to get a check. One thing we do know, if you don't take action, you can't succeed or fail. That's possible that anytime you take on an action or you venture out into something to generate money outside of a job, there's a potential that it may not work out. But one thing we do know, if you don't actually jump into it, you won't ever have an opportunity to make money. So the point of me saying that is you got to get in all the knowledge in the world, courses, coaches, all this stuff, automated systems, setting up systems, all this stuff. All that stuff is worthless if you're not talking to sellers first, buyers second, if you're going to try to do it. But the great thing about wholesaling real estate, it allows you to make money, even if you make the worst mistake. In most cases, I don't even know of any other reason why. The only thing you may use is a few $100s in marketing. That can be recouped in so many ways. But you know how to reach me, 205-492-3425. You can call or text. You can sign up for the courses at junkers101.com. Want to take advantage of the 100 plus videos I have here on YouTube at howtofliphouses.net. Tweet this, Facebook, get it out there to friends, family, make someone's day. You never know. So on to what I want to discuss with you. It's really simple. Direct mail is a very effective way to reach owners. This particular technique that I'm going to recommend to you, it's basically you're going to be more selective in who you're sending this to because of the cost. Generally speaking, if you pop something in the mail, you're talking 50 cents plus your time, plus the cost of printing, which so basically you would be under $1 when it's all said and done per piece. Now, obviously, you can outsource that and you'll still be under $1 if you did yellow letters or postcards. But that's what everybody else does for the most part. I call it being a sheep. Bad. And I'm always trying not to be a sheep. because most of the sheep make the same money, live the same standards of life. Not that money makes everything, but the purpose of you watching this is to increase your income. So I try not to be sheep in any and everything that I do. I look for an edge. Here's a potential edge for you. Instead of, and mainly I really don't do this with houses. I only do this when I'm targeting commercial property, mainly apartment buildings. And so it all starts with having a list, whether it's from List Source or Melissa Data. You need a list targeting whatever type of property, whatever area, and so on. So I normally do this with apartment. You can't do this with houses, but you have so many houses, you need to be a little bit more specific when you do this. So with apartment buildings, okay, even though I get a list, I'm going to always do a little research on the property. Number one, because a lot of times the list that you receive, they're not as identified, depending on the county that you're targeting, they're not as identified through their records as an apartment building or not. So even when you get the address, you probably need to Google the address, go to the county website, check out things like how they're coded, what type of dwelling, the square footage will tell you a lot, and some are as good as they'll actually tell you if it's an apartment, how many units. Again, it depends on how detailed the information is in that county where the property is located. So again, you can use this for houses, but I normally do it for apartments because the payoff is so much greater than houses. And again, it's such less competition on doing it this way. There's not as much competition. So as you can see here, this is more or less a flyer than a letter. Okay, it says, I would like to buy 123 Main Street, Check City, Tennessee. Obviously a fictitious street name and city. Hi, Johnny. If you are interested in selling this property or any other properties you may own, please contact me today. Thanks, Todd Taylor, 205, my phone number and email address. How do I send this? So what I do, this is what I do when I'm targeting apartments. You can do it for houses, but I normally do it because the payday is justified. A house can too, but you can send out a lot of mailers to houses, and the price is just not going to work. The difference with apartment buildings or commercial real estate in general, there's so much more flexibility, and you don't have to have the properties deeply discounted. That's the difference. And then the payday is a lot larger. So what I'll do, instead of sending just regular mail, I'll send it priority mail to the U.S. Postal Service. In my market, this is $5.75 piece. So obviously you can only send based on your resources and budget. So we'll just say sending out 10 of those. That's $57.50. So if you're only going to send out a couple of them, it'll be a little over $11. So you do what you can afford. So that's why I want to target apartments more so than houses, which I do it for houses if it's a house that I'm really after. I know it's in a great neighborhood. I know it's not a foreclosure. It's sticking out like an eyesore, and there's I feel like there's not a lot of opportunity for me to target. So I may have a bundle of those that I've cherry picked, even if it came from a list or just from riding around. But what this does, and the whole purpose of any direct mail campaign that you actually do is to get your message read. And when you send out yellow letters or postcards, yeah, those will get read, but there's a small percentage of those getting read. When you send something priority mail, if you send out 100 of those, the number is going to be very, very high that the majority of those get read. If you send out 10 of them, from my experience, I'm going to normally get a response from 50% of those. That's a very high number in direct mail. That's from my experience now. So it may be higher with some, maybe a little less, but to get a 50% response rate on direct mail is very, very high. Again, it's expensive compared to sending some out for less than $1 overall with mailing, the cost of postage, your time or whatever, versus $5.75. So again, this is a tip. This is one of the unique things that I do. I'm just sharing it with you to get you started in the new year. Again, Need to get in the game. Get in the game. Action, action, action. Obviously, you can sign up with me, jungle101.com. You can take advantage of the free videos that I offer. I'm not free, but the videos are free. My time, I'm not free. But action, action, action. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Has your situation from whenever you started thinking about this changed? What are you waiting for? Make a sacrifice. It's what I did. Everybody has to do what they have to do for their own situation. Best $400 ever spent in my miserable 40 plus years of life. But it's the best 400 I've spent. Get in the game. That's all I'm trying to say. So you know how to reach me. You see it here. Facebook, tweet this this particular video that you should find here on YouTube. And hey, I'll see you on the other side. Let's make 2016 a great year. Thanks.